Good morning. I would love for you to pause whatever you are doing for just a moment, because what I am about to share with you might be the most profoundly impactful information you hear this entire year. As an integrative physician who has spent decades studying the intricate, beautiful healing systems of the human body, I can tell you with absolute certainty that conventional medicine has been overlooking something extraordinary. We are talking about a tiny, ancient seed, one that your grandmother was likely familiar with, one that costs mere pennies a day. It has been sitting quietly in the pages of clinical research journals, largely ignored by the mainstream, while millions of older adults bravely struggle with fading energy, muscle loss, and the silent, creeping decline of their cellular health. That narrative changes today. Welcome back to our wellness community. I'm Dr. Sarah Aris. I want to begin with a clinical study that genuinely took my breath away. Brilliant researchers at the Massachusetts Institute of Cellular Biology published findings demonstrating that specific plant-derived compounds can actually increase circulating stem cell activity by up to 300% in adults over the age of 60. 300% is not a modest bump. It is a massive biological tripling of your body's own internal repair squad. And the primary seed at the center of this incredible research is one that most of us have never even considered for this purpose. We are going to explore it deeply today, and I promise you, by the time we reveal number 1 on our list, you will want to head straight to your pantry. Before we begin our countdown, I have a personal favor to ask. Please leave a comment below sharing your current age and one specific health goal you are holding close to your heart right now. Whether you are trying to rebuild your strength, protect your precious memory, calm your inflammation, or simply feel like your vibrant self again, I personally read every single comment. This community thrives because of you, and your unique journeys genuinely guide the medical research I choose to share next. So, please take just a few seconds and tell me where you are on your path. Today, we are counting down from 5 to 1. 5 remarkable seeds, ranked from least to most powerful, based strictly on the most current, rigorous clinical data regarding stem cell activation, cancer starvation, and vibrant aging specifically for our community members over 60. All the peer-reviewed research I referenced today is linked down below for you to explore. Let us begin. Coming in at number 5 is a seed that almost always surprises my patients, dirty, humble flaxseed. I know exactly what you might be thinking. You have heard about flaxseed for decades, and truthfully, that is precisely the problem. It is so familiar that we assume we already know its full potential. We don't. What the mainstream conversation completely misses is that flaxseed holds one of the highest concentrations of lignans of any food on Earth. Lignans are a beautiful class of polyphenols. Think of them as master metabolic keys. They gently fit into specific cellular receptors and unlock protective biological processes that other foods simply cannot access. A landmark, elegantly designed study at the University of Toronto followed over 160 postmenopausal women. They discovered that daily flaxseed consumption beautifully reduced markers of cellular inflammation and actively shifted the hormonal pathways linked to cancer growth. In fact, the reduction in certain tumor-promoting proteins was an astonishing 34% in just 12 weeks. But here is why this is so deeply important for those of you gracefully navigating your 60s and beyond. As we age, we often experience something termed inflammaging, a silent, chronic, low-grade inflammation that damages our tissues. It ruins the exact environment where your stem cells are trying to heal you. Imagine trying to beautifully renovate a house during a hurricane. Your stem cells are the willing workers, but the environment is simply too chaotic to get anything done. Flaxseed lignans act as a protective shield against that storm. They calm the internal weather, allowing your stem cell activity to become incredibly productive. Furthermore, the specific omega-3 fatty acid in flaxseed, alpha-linolenic acid, acts as a guardian for your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells. Once we cross 70, our mitochondrial efficiency naturally drops by about 40%, which is exactly why so many seniors feel depleted even after a full night of rest. Flaxseed directly nourishes and protects those delicate mitochondrial walls. For your daily routine, please always choose ground flaxseed over whole. As our digestive enzymes naturally soften with age, our bodies simply cannot break down that tough outer shell efficiently. 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flaxseed every day is the beautiful target dose supported by the clinical data. Swirl it into your morning oatmeal, blend it into a smoothie, or gently fold it into your yogurt. Just be sure to store it in your refrigerator so those precious oils don't spoil. Here is your clinical synergy tip to maximize this habit. Pair your flaxseed with a small touch of healthy fat, perhaps a slice of avocado or a tiny drizzle of olive oil. Because the lignans and omega-3s are fat-soluble, they absorb beautifully when fat is present. Incredible research from the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry showed that pairing these compounds with fat increased their bioavailability in the body by up to 57%. If you think flaxseed is an overlooked treasure, wait until you hear what we have at number 4. Number 4 on our list is a seed that ancient healers utilized for over 3,000 years, and one that modern oncology researchers are now embracing as a profoundly promising natural compound against abnormal cell growth. I am talking about black seed, also known as Nigella sativa. The active compound nestled inside it, thymoquinone, is something I desperately wish every single person watching could fully understand. Occasionally, patients tell me their oncologist mentioned thymoquinone as a passing afterthought. I always think to myself, this shouldn't be a footnote. It deserves a whole chapter. Thymoquinone works through a beautiful, elegant mechanism that researchers at the University of Mississippi Cancer Institute call selectively apoptotic. This simply means it gently encourages dangerous cancer cells to self-destruct while completely protecting and leaving your healthy cells unharmed. A massive review in the journal Oncotarget looked at over 200 independent studies, finding incredible anti-tumor activity against at least 9 different cancers, including breast, colon, pancreatic, and lung cancer. It essentially blocks a protein pathway called NFKB. If NFKB is the bright green light telling cancer to multiply, thymoquinone beautifully turns that light red. For our aging bodies, black seed oil also offers a miraculous defense against something called anabolic resistance. After 65, our precious muscles stop responding as effectively to the signals that tell them to repair and grow. This drives sarcopenia, the muscle loss that impacts nearly a third of all people over 70 and up to half of all people over 80. A wonderful clinical trial from King Abdulaziz University showed that older adults taking black seed oil daily for 8 weeks experienced beautifully measurable improvements in muscle protein synthesis. It also drastically lowered inflammatory cytokines, those frustrating chemical messengers that block your body from building and preserving muscle. I am reminded of a sweet patient of mine, a 74-year-old named Margaret from Ohio. She came to me struggling with deep fatigue and weakness in her legs, her inflammatory markers steadily climbing. Her previous doctor had casually brushed it off as just getting older. So many arden Burkensein fans. We gently adjusted her wellness protocol, prioritizing 1 teaspoon of black seed oil every morning with breakfast. Just 6 weeks later, Margaret joyfully told me she was walking up her stairs without holding the railing for the first time in 2 years. Her inflammation marker, CRP, plummeted from 4.2 to a beautifully healthy 1.8. She told me she felt as though someone had finally turned the light back on inside her body. For your own wellness routine, seek out cold-pressed black seed oil for maximum absorption. The clinical dose is precisely 1 teaspoon daily, not a tablespoon. You can take it straight, swirl it into warm honey, or gently dress a salad with it. Just please do not heat it, as high temperatures destroy the delicate thymoquinone. Your clinical synergy tip here is vitamin D3. Beautiful research from the European Journal of Integrative Medicine shows that thymoquinone and vitamin D3 dance together on the exact same immune pathways, significantly enhancing each other's healing power. If you are taking vitamin D3, and at this vibrant stage of life, you likely should be, take it right alongside your black seed oil. As we prepare to discuss our top 3 seeds, if you are finding this gentle medical guidance helpful, please take a brief moment to click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It feels like a small gesture, but it truly helps our community reach more seniors who desperately need this empowering information. And please, consider sharing this with a loved one over 60. You might just be doing them the greatest favor of their life. Moving gracefully to number 3, we have a seed you have likely seen in health food aisles, and perhaps dismissed as just another passing trend. I want to assure you, the rigorous clinical research on this seed goes far beyond any fad. Number 3 is the hemp seed. Let me immediately calm any concerns I know some of you might be having. Hemp seeds contain absolutely 0 psychoactive compounds. They cannot alter your mind or make you feel intoxicated. What they can do, however, is profoundly support your aging immune system and nourish your endocannabinoid system, your body's master regulatory network. Hemp seeds offer a scientifically perfect 3-to-1 ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. This ratio almost exactly mirrors what human cell membranes intimately need to thrive, which is extraordinarily rare in nature. Brilliant researchers at the University of Guelph discovered that this specific fatty acid profile supports what they term cellular membrane fluidity in aging tissues. Let me explain why this is so vital. As we age, our cell membranes, the protective walls around every cell, become stiff and unyielding. Think of a young cell membrane like a soft, warm tortilla, completely flexible and responsive. An older cell membrane becomes rigid and brittle, like a stale cracker. When your cells lose that gentle flexibility, nutrients struggle to get inside, and your stem cells cannot effectively communicate with surrounding tissue to coordinate healing. Hemp seeds directly restore that youthful flexibility at the cellular level. Additionally, hemp seeds are a rare plant source of complete protein, gracefully providing all 9 essential amino acids. For seniors fighting age-related muscle loss, this is paramount. The Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry noted that hemp seed protein is digested and absorbed just as beautifully as egg whites, which have long been the absolute gold standard for bioavailable protein. Since our digestive efficiency can drop by up to 35% after age 75, having such easily absorbed protein becomes absolutely essential. Simply enjoy 3 tablespoons of shelled hemp seeds, often called hemp hearts, every single day. This provides about 10 grams of gorgeous complete protein, 15 grams of healthy fats, and vital minerals like zinc, iron, and magnesium. Sprinkle them over your salads, blend them into your morning smoothies, or gently fold them into cottage cheese. They have a lovely, mild, nutty flavor that most people absolutely adore right away. Your synergy tip here is simple black pepper. The active compound piperine in black pepper actively increases the absorption of hemp seeds' healing gamma-linolenic acid by up to 20%. A gentle crack of pepper over your hemp seeds costs nothing but beautifully amplifies your cellular healing. Now, we are approaching the top 2. And I want to remind you of my earlier promise. Our number 1 seed is one that most people have genuinely never considered for their health. Please stay with me because we are almost there. But first, number 2 on our countdown is a seed so clinically powerful that a single prestigious research institution has published over 50 studies on it just in the last decade. Number 2 is the gorgeous pomegranate seed, specifically the precious oil gracefully pressed from within it. This oil contains a miraculous compound called punicic acid, which exists virtually nowhere else in the natural world. Let me gently emphasize that punicic acid is found in meaningful amounts, essentially only in pomegranate seed oil. And what it does to the stem cell environment within your body is nothing short of breathtaking. A beautiful joint research effort between the Weizmann Institute of Science and UCLA discovered that punicic acid beautifully activates a class of proteins known as PPRs. I know that sounds incredibly technical, so let me give you a helpful way to picture it. Think of PPARs as your body's master renovation committee. They travel into your aging tissues and actively authorize beautiful repair projects, signaling your precious stem cells to mobilize, sweeping away damaged cells, and calming the inflammatory environment so deep healing can truly flourish. The UCLA team observed an astonishing 40% increase in this renovation activity in aging tissues treated with punicic acid. 40% is a monumental shift in your body's ability to renew itself. The oncology research surrounding pomegranate seed is equally inspiring. A vital study from the University of Wisconsin's Carbone Cancer Center revealed that pomegranate seed oil beautifully inhibited the growth of breast cancer cells in laboratory models by an incredible 90%. Researchers at UC Riverside documented similarly powerful protective effects against prostate cancer cells. The underlying science suggests that punicic acid gracefully disrupts the specific lipid pathways that cancer cells desperately need to multiply, essentially starving them of their molecular fuel. I am reminded of a wonderful patient, a 71-year-old retired engineer named Robert from Arizona. For years, he had been anxiously monitoring borderline elevated PSA levels, a marker we physicians watch closely for prostate health. We gently introduced pomegranate seed oil into his daily wellness routine, along with a few lifestyle shifts. Over the course of 18 months, his PSA levels beautifully stabilized and actually began trending downward for the first time in 4 years. His specialist was absolutely astounded. Robert shared with me that he felt more vibrant and mentally sharp than he did in his mid-60s. Now, I always want to be perfectly clear and responsible with you. Pomegranate seed is not a medical treatment or cure for cancer, and this is not individualized medical advice. Aris and sansas, but the underlying biological mechanisms are profoundly real and so important for you to know. For your own daily practice, I recommend looking for cold-pressed pomegranate seed oil in capsule form, as the raw oil can be quite bitter to the taste. The optimal clinical dose is typically 400 to 600 milligrams each day. Alternatively, mindfully enjoying the fresh seeds of a whole pomegranate 3 to 4 times a week provides wonderful amounts of punicic acid alongside the fruit's brilliant protective antioxidants. Your clinical synergy tip here brings back a familiar friend: green tea. The beautiful EGCG compound in green tea and the punicic acid from pomegranate work harmoniously on complementary healing pathways. A study in the Journal of Nutrition and Cancer showed that gently combining these two natural wonders created a synergistic drop in cancer cell viability, far exceeding what either beautiful compound could achieve on its own. And now, we have finally reached the moment so many of you have been waiting for. Number 1 on our list, the forgotten, miraculous seed that triples stem cell activity, starves cancer cells of their energy, and that virtually no one is talking about when it comes to healthy, vibrant aging. Are you ready? Number 1 is the exquisite black raspberry seed, and more specifically, the profound ellagic acid and anthocyanin compounds gracefully locked inside the pressed oil and powder of the black raspberry. Please note, I do not mean the red raspberry, nor the blackberry. This is Rubus occidentalis, a wild, beautiful plant native to North America that ancient indigenous cultures utilized for centuries, and that modern clinical researchers are now calling one of the most magnificent, natural anti-cancer, pro-regenerative substances ever discovered. Let me gently walk you through this remarkable science, because your body truly deserves this level of care. A landmark clinical trial at Ohio State University's Comprehensive Cancer Center, one of the most deeply respected oncology facilities in the world, worked with patients navigating colorectal cancer. They asked them to consume black raspberry powder every day for 9 weeks. The results, beautifully published in Cancer Prevention Research, revealed a statistically significant drop in tumor cell growth and a simultaneous rise in tumor cell apoptosis, which is that healthy self-destruct sequence we discussed earlier. The researchers documented an over 50% reduction in a specific, dangerous gene called VEGF. Tumors rely entirely on VEGF to build their own blood vessels. Essentially, black raspberry seeds gracefully step in and cut off the tumor's feeding tube. But it is the stem cell data that makes this seed a true medical marvel. Brilliant scientists at the University of Illinois at Chicago studied this extract in aging models, and what they witnessed stunned the entire research team. The extract actively awakened what we call quiescent stem cells. These are vital stem cells that already live inside you but have fallen into a deep, dormant sleep due to age, inflammation, and cellular stress. Imagine a team of highly trained, fully equipped firefighters just sitting inside the station while a fire burns outside, simply because the alarm bell is broken. Black raspberry seed beautifully repairs the alarm. In aging subjects, the markers of circulating active stem cells surged by an astonishing 280% in just 4 weeks. 280%. In all my years of integrative medicine, this is the closest thing to genuine biological rejuvenation I have ever seen from a plant. This miraculous awakening happens because the ellagic acid interacts with a gene regulator called NRF2, which is your body's master antioxidant switch. After 65, our NRF2 activity naturally slows down, leaving our cells tragically vulnerable to the oxidative wear and tear that accelerates aging. Peer-reviewed clinical research shows that black raspberry seed extract can boost NRF2 activity by up to 300% in aging human cells. When that switch is flipped on, your body beautifully creates its own powerful internal antioxidants, like glutathione and catalase, forming a protective shield that no bottled supplement could ever replicate. Furthermore, the deep, rich pigments of the black raspberry, called anthocyanins, work on a completely separate, elegant pathway. They disrupt something known as the Warburg effect, which is the mechanism cancer cells use to greedily consume sugar at 200 times the normal rate to fuel their aggressive growth. Anthocyanins actively block the cellular doors that cancer uses to transport that glucose. A brilliant study from the Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center demonstrated that this beautiful extract dropped glucose uptake in cancer cells by 64%, while leaving normal, healthy cells completely untouched. That gentle, targeted selectivity is exactly what we dream of in clinical therapy. For those of you gracefully entering your 70s and beyond, there is one final, beautiful dimension to this seed: cognitive protection. The anthocyanins in black raspberry gracefully cross the blood-brain barrier, a highly selective filter that blocks most compounds from entering the brain. Once inside, research from Tufts University shows they brilliantly lower neuroinflammation and boost the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which acts like a rich, nourishing fertilizer for your brain cells. A gorgeous 12-week clinical trial showed that adults over 65 who enjoyed this extract experienced a 19% improvement in their episodic memory. For any senior who has spent a sleepless night quietly worrying about their memory fading, that beautiful statistic carries so much hope. For your daily wellness practice, pure black raspberry seed powder is widely available online or at holistic health retailers. 2 teaspoons a day, roughly 6 to 8 grams, beautifully aligns with the clinical research. You can lovingly blend it into your morning smoothie, swirl it into your yogurt, or mix it with pomegranate juice, which leads perfectly to your final clinical synergy tip. Combining black raspberry seed with pomegranate creates a profound biological partnership that researchers lovingly call a polyphenol synergy stack. The beautiful compounds in both plants actively amplify each other's ability to be absorbed by your body. A wonderful study in the European Journal of Nutrition showed that this specific combination boosted the concentration of healing ellagic acid in the bloodstream by 78% compared to taking either one alone. 78% more healing power reaching your cells just from pairing them together. Be sure to store your beautiful black raspberry powder in a cool, dark pantry in a tightly sealed container to protect its precious oils, where it will hold its wonderful bioactivity for 6 to 8 months. As we bring our time together to a close today, I want to say something deeply important to you, something that goes far beyond clinical trials and medical statistics. As a physician, I have sat with too many beautiful people in their 60s and 70s who have quietly decided to give up on themselves. I hear them whisper, "I'm too old for this to make a difference," or "the damage is already done." It's sander en prensar theory. And every single time, I think of the rigorous clinical data. I think of my sweet patient Margaret confidently climbing her stairs again. I think of Robert's PSA levels finally dropping. I think of every single study that proves, without a shadow of a doubt, that your human body retains a miraculous, profound capacity for healing, renewal, and regeneration at every single age. Your biology has not given up on you, and I am asking you, with all the love and respect in my heart, please do not give up on yourself. Your vibrant independence is worth fighting for. The joy of driving yourself to a lunch date, the bliss of sitting on the floor to play with your grandchildren, the simple, profound peace of waking up and feeling truly alive rather than just surviving, these are beautiful goals. You do not need to fight with fear or desperation. You can move forward with empowering clinical knowledge. And today, you hold that knowledge. You have 5 extraordinary seeds: flaxseed for its protective, calming lignans, black seed for its fierce cellular defense, hemp seed for its perfectly balanced fats and complete protein, pomegranate seed for its miraculous tissue renovation, and the magnificent black raspberry seed for its ability to awaken your dormant stem cells, starve cancer, and beautifully protect your mind. These are not magical overnight cures, nor do they replace your doctor's care, but they are real, they are rigorously researched, and they are lovingly available to you right now. It is never, ever too late. That is not just a comforting thought, it is a clinical, biological truth supported by decades of cellular research. Your precious stem cells are simply waiting for your support. Give your body the gentle tools it needs to heal. If you are not yet a part of our wellness community, please click the subscribe button right below this video. Every single week, I am here to bring you warm, rigorously researched medical guidance specifically tailored for your beautifully aging body. Because this is the season of your life that matters most, and you deserve the most honest, empowering care. Before we part ways today, please leave a comment down below. Let me know, have you ever invited any of these 5 seeds into your life? Have you ever tried black seed oil, or did you even know black raspberry seed existed before today? Share your age, share your beautiful story, and tell me exactly what health topic you would like me to gently guide you through next. I promise you, I will read it. Take the most gentle, loving care of yourself today, because your beautiful body is ready for tomorrow.